Okay, so if you were watching the first part of how to bite-size your goals, this is the follow-up. This is where we ask those critical questions. Once we decide on our goal, we then have to figure out how we're going to do it, everything it takes to get it done, and then we're going to break it down in bite-sized tasks. If you're not familiar with what we're doing, visit our YouTube channel, Severely Ambitious, and look at our other videos on Got a Great Ass Idea 1 through 4 and the rest of the videos. This will catch you up. But what we want to do is drill down. A person may have one particular goal. I want to be an author. I want to be a Grammy Award winning artist. How do you do that? How? That's the question right there. That's the $1 million question. This is how we drill down. Drill down. How? All right, let me check the video, make sure it's still going. Good. I'm working by myself. You have to do the best with what you got. Too many people wait around to do their goals because they don't have the best camera, they don't have the best equipment, they don't have somebody to help. Honey, do the best with what you have right now. Okay? So, this person was a recording artist back in the day. Some goals we put together, and in order for him to win the Grammy, he was going to have to do a lot of small bite-sized things, and this is just a partial list, just don't worry about that. But here's the thing, he wanted promo, he wanted budget and expenses, and what we had to do is break it down. So how? Okay, he needed more promotion. He had a CD release. What did he need to do? He needed to design a press release. He needed to print it out. He needed to find out who his audience was. He needed to find some partners. All of those things. Okay, how do you do that? How? Okay. I'm going to stop this thing here because I want to show you something else. Hang on. So again, what you have to do is drill down and ask the critical question, how? How are you going to make it happen? For instance, this artist, this musician, you know, he wanted to get some promotions and things like that. He needed to create a fan base. And so these were small bite-sized goals that we put up there. Still kind of large, but when we talk about creating a fan base, how are you going to do that? First of all, one thing he had to do was get a MySpace page. Remember back in the day, MySpace, I'm just kidding. People still use MySpace. But his thing was to create a fan base. So what do? We drill down. How do you do that? Again, we're talking about 20 or 30 minutes a day. So put up here, sign up for MySpace. Okay? That's something you can do in 5 minutes. That goes on his promo list. These are things that he can take along. Okay, he wants to call the bookstores and ask if he can come and do a sing-along. Call 5 bookstores. Okay, see that? How do people know about him? He needs some press. Okay, call AIB. This was a TV station locally. Okay, what do you do? How do you get on there? You call the producer. Okay, a bite-sized task. You create a list of local TV stations. You write a press release. How do you write a press release? How? Go to howto.com or go to a library. So your task will be write press release. Okay? There you go. Now, what you're going to do is going to say, look up contents of press release. Okay? That's how you do that. Ta-da! See? Just that easy. All you have to do is drill down. The way to drill down is continue to ask yourself how. How are you going to do it? You get to a stopping point and you don't know what to do next. Again, A, ask somebody that knows that somebody is doing what you do. B, go and do an internet search. C, Well, this should actually be number one. Pray. Ask God to show you. Ask, and it is given. Go to internet. Go to the library. Ask somebody and just say, how? How do I do this? How do I get some contacts? Okay, you need to have a website and have a subscribe box on your website. That's how you create fans and contacts and things like that. So anyway, there are so many different things. I'm going to be using other examples along the way. So if you have a particular project or goal that you want to help with, so be sure to get your Post-it notes and get your little Sharpie. And remember, ask yourself how. How do I do that? And then break it down. And then break it down. And then drill down and drill down. Just do it. The whole thing is to do the best with what you have right now. The thing is to ask yourself a critical question. Watch your goals. Watch your language. Affirm